fellow classic TV fans, and welcome to Retro TV Trivia. I'm your host, Pat McCormack, from the Golden Age of TV. Here, we take a fond look back at the era when, in my humble opinion, network television was at its best. Today, we'll hear part 2 of my interview with the great Loretta Swit as we celebrate the 50th anniversary of MASH.
20th Century Fox had a lot to say about what they felt about the part. I had done a show called Cades County, which was Glenn Ford's debut on television. And we did the first show. I did it with Darren McGavin, wonderful, wonderful actor.
Wow, of course.
We had great reviews. And so Fox they were high on me at Fox and CBS and so forth and so on. So I think that had a lot to do with my being considered right away for the part. But I was away during most of the interviews. I'm told they saw a lot of people.
Hundreds, maybe, right? Hundreds.
Yeah, maybe 200-300 women. And I don't know if they saw them or actually interview all of them or whatever. When I went, there was no script, no sides, nothing. It was a meet cute. It was.
It's that Loretta Mary. She's got the gig.
Yeah. Get Loretta Mary on the phone right now.
She's got that gig.
Anyway, so I had a lovely, fun meeting with them, and that was it. But what happened was in those days, they were gracious and polite.
Back then.
No, they actually had a technical hold. If they saw you first and you gave them, let's say they tell the agent, we're going to work, the pilot is from here to here. They check availability before they see you. Now, I was being considered, and I had an offer for a movie, and it was with Olivia de Havilland. And I'm sitting there thinking, this is a no-lose situation. I got to win either. Whatever happens, wow. And but out of courtesy, my then agent called Gene and Larry and said, just so you know, we have had an offer, and the dates clash with your pilot dates. So just, we just want you to know that that's what's going on with us. And Gene said, we had really just decided we're going to go with Loretta. Those were his words. We're going to go with Loretta.
Right.
And he said, okay, fine. And that was it. And it's such a wonderful story when I think about it, how things happen, how fate or what steps in. And
sure. Well, at the moment you would have been like, my big movie break, and I'm stuck with this dumb TV show that probably won't last one season. Jeez, how could I be so unlucky? I'm going to change my name back to Swit. They'll never know. Holy smokes, that's just so fascinating. So fascinating.
So, there was one agent who wanted me to change Swit to Star, STARR.
Of course.
And I said, that is so presumptuous. I won't even consider it. Are you crazy? How dare you even suggest it? But it was, it's my real name. Nobody ever came up with something like really wonderful that I might have considered, but my friends and my family always called me Lorette. And my mother, who was trying to help me find another name, said, what about Taylor? And I said, no, Mom, there is a Lorette Taylor, very, very famous Lorette Taylor. She did not know from theater at all. And nor did she want me to be an actor. I think she was helping me find a different name so that I didn't embarrass the family.
Oh,
But in any event, I said, no, Lorette Taylor is spoken for, Mom. But
I just had this vision in my head, Loretta Star And we could find her on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. It's Loretta Star. Yes, of course. Of
That
course.
is so bad.
It is bad. See what happens?
That's like double bad, really.
I
That's
know. I'm
bad.
searching. It's like, okay, I got to come. Be clever, Pat. Come on, Pat. Be clever. Come on.
But that is something, isn't it? That's really something to be on the walk. I mean, I think it's
Amazing.
just tremendous.
Who was there with you?
All of it is tremendous to have.
Who'd you have at the ceremony? Can I ask real quick?
Earl Holliman, Betty White.
Oh, never heard of her.
I'm sorry.
I've never heard of her, Betty White. Let me see. We're about to talk about her. But go ahead. Yes. Who else?
Oh God. Well, all my co-stars, all my friends.
Yeah.
Madeline, of course. Suzanne Plachette, I believe.
Oh, wow.
My gang, my group, my groupie group.
What a group.
Oh yeah.
I like your group.
They were and still are, but I mean Madeline, eventually Farah. I don't think I knew her at that point, but Farah and I got to be very good friends. She was just
another one of those that you hear great things about, and they're all true.
Oh yeah, sweetness personified, and so totally unaffected by how radiant and really gorgeous she was. It was just a natural beauty.
Yeah.
Uh, just amazing. The color of her skin, the color of her hair. But she was a fanatic about keeping herself healthy and well, jogging and exercising. And when she was shooting on the lot, she would get a hold of me and say, "You want to go exercise, during lunch?" And I'd look at her and say, "You definitely have the wrong number. Are you crazy, girl? I'm not. I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to go to Daly's.
There you go.
I'm going to take a nap. You can go exercise for me." But we did play tennis together occasionally. But she so outranked me. I could hurt her game. I was so behind in my game, but she was generous, to play with me. But she was very special.
Yeah.
So many wonderful things about her that her fans don't even know. She spoke fluent French. She was a great cook. She painted. She did design work. She had so much creative juice,
Right.
and as a sportswoman, I have to tell you, she could do it all. She could have gone into professional tennis playing.
That's
She
something.
had that talent, and she was just
A natural.
made that way. Yeah, absolutely.
A natural. Well,
yes.
I mean, I would say that about you too, because listen, I've seen your artwork and it's astonishing. And so, it's one of those things where we play on our talents. And
yes,
boy, you sure did, Loretta. Like I said, I know that art was always close to your heart.
Yes, but as something that gave me pleasure, and it never dawned on me that this is the direction it would be going in. That I would be able to combine my care for animals and the environment,
yes,
and combine it with artwork of animals, and do a book and talk about the alliance is the operative word in my charity. I ally with some great people, and I should say, great organizations, and it's just like coming full circle with yourself.
sure.
It's just great. Angela Lansbury wrote that about the book. She said, "Isn't it wonderful, Loretta, that you have been able to take so much of you and do so much good with it?" I mean, she said it better, but I mean, she said that use your talent to help. And there's a great lady. Oh God. Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
what a
absolutely.
great human being. Back to my girlfriend Madeline. Let me tell you
Oh,
about,
please.
again, greatness. Madeline did a lot of episodes of Murder She Wrote,
Hmm.
and not not only because she's a good actress, but later on when she developed MS, from which she passed,
Mm.
um, Angela arranged to have her called in to play every character that could sit. She played judges. She played receptionists. She would call her in. She would have her called in to because she could do any part. She was good. She didn't have to read because she was totally qualified. But Ange always thought of her to play any of those parts, and in other words, keep her insurance going and keep her going. And
Right. Right.
yeah, that's another story that I can share about how great the greats are. Angela. It doesn't get better than Ange. That's you've reached the ultimate. And
Boy, it sounds like you have a book in the works. I'm like, man,
I want to write about all these wonderful people. I do. Yeah.
talk about uplifting. Those, of course, are the stories we need today. But I mean, again,
Well,
I,
we need to share that. Yeah, we need to reach out. Going back again to meeting my fans at the autograph shows. I love it. I mean, it's so wonderful to what's not to love. They tell you how wonderful
how
you
much
are.
they love you, right?
You sit
Right.
there.
That's amazing. I'm so glad that we're able to do that again too. Those last
Yeah,
couple years have just been no good.
it's been rough. Yes, it's been tough. And but when the going gets rough, the tough get going.
Exactly. Well, and you and Jamie are definitely proving that.
Oh, he is super amazing. He has a hip replacement. I'm like your ever constant cheerleader, but it's a bigger effort for him
Mm.
to get on a flight, and if it's a connecting flight,
Oh, what fun.
there's a lot. Yeah, it's very demanding,
Sure.
and he does it anyway.
Yeah.
He had $1 million golf tournament. He sat on the board of St. Jude's Hospital. I mean,
Yeah.
again, going back to greatness, it never
Yes.
fails. That
Exactly.
this is what you find out about those people.
Oh, it's so true. And boy, they were smart enough to hang out with the one and only Loretta Mary, who is we all now know is one of the most unknown acting greats in the history of.
I'm kind of getting used to that name. I mean, it's a bit catchy.
Maybe it'll trend. I don't know.
Loretta Mary here.
And it's funny because I got on Twitter and I saw Betty White's trending today, and I thought, now isn't that ironic?
It is.
Because
Yeah.
both of you have just done so much for.
Oh, Betty and I were on so many campaigns together. We did, shows together about animals or whatever. She was, what a delight. Oh
Oh,
my God, what a delight. Also, B. Arthur was very pro animal rights, and we would do whatever it takes, to get funding. And
right.
we did something once. We were like asked to sit on a judging panel or something, and animals came out. I think we were judging like the longest whiskers on a cat, or I mean, it was like it was the bottom of the barrel here to raise money, right?
It's like, and now for the tightest butt on a bulldog. Okay, may the contestants come in.
You got it. You got it. So B sat next to him. B always made me laugh. She had a pushover, and all she had to do was look at me. And she leaned over and she said, "I have reached the bottom.
You
She
can hear
said,
it.
this is it, Loretta. She says,
You,
I've hit rock, I've hit rock bottom.
and she'd be totally serious, and it would still be
Oh,
hilarious.
oh, that voice.
Yep.
Please, that low, wonderful, wonderful voice. She was a good friend of mine. I liked him. I liked her very much.
Wow.
So, but
Wow.
anyhow, and her ex-husband, when I met her, he was the husband, but he directed me in several things, Gene Sachs, and
Mm-hmm.
some. Oh, what wonderful, warm, rich, and lovely, funny, wonderful memories.
I want to bring up your organization, of course, Sweetheart.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
can you tell folks where to find it?
Oh well, we're online, of course. I have a website, and it's Sweetheart, one word, capital S and capital H. Otherwise, the TH gives you the wrong meaning. It's so it's Swit, capital HEART, uh, .org,
Right.
and if you want to quickly get to the product line, you would do .org/store or no shop. I think it's shop. Yeah, /shop, and you can get the book. And I hope they do. It's a facet of me and my life that I really enjoy sharing. I love hearing. I didn't know you painted, or I didn't know you. Nobody even knew you could draw. I mean, who? Uh, I I I
Beautifully.
I love that. I love having somebody learn something new about me, and that they'll go in thinking they do know me, and I think that's exciting. That's exciting. And we have also a perfume called, you won't believe this, it's called Sweetheart, and it's a heart shaped bottle. It's a roll on, which is very popular, and what I love is in these, we've had torrid weather, just really, really steamy hot weather.
Mm-hmm.
And I put my little heart bottle in my fridge, and I take it out during the day, and it's icy cold. And putting that roll on in all the pressure points, the under behind the ear or at the pulse, all the pulse spots, and it is wow, that's really a treat. And so that's my little secret that I pass on to my fans. Put it in the fridge, but it's lovely. I'm very
Oh,
proud
I'm
of it.
sure. I'm sure.
It's a lovely, lovely fragrance. It's light and airy, and it's exotic but fresh. It's just lovely, and it's all for the animals. There, when you buy any of our products, it's a donation. It's a 501c3 charity.
Oh,
You deduct what you pay for the perfume. But the
great.
$55 is what I charge for photographs, for example.
Mm-hmm.
That includes, signing them and posting them and whatever.
Right.
And all of that goes straight into the charity, the
And,
Sweetheart Animal Alliance. And the alliance, as I've said, is the operative word there, because we keep connecting with new allies. The Kauai Humane Society, for
oh,
example,
right.
where,
Right.
where I'll be going, and we're going to have a nice big art show there, and there is an art gallery there is going to show some of my work, and perhaps keep the work there for people to maybe order prints of, et cetera, and so forth, or whatever happens will happen. But we'll have a gala, I believe, coming up in October, and so they've added themselves onto our alliance, and so it goes. But people care, and they connect with us, and we right, and we help animals connect as well. For example, they've reached out to us with a pair of kittens, and they're Egyptian
Oh.
cats,
Oh.
and they have very special needs. They're not as easy to place as a pair of kittens
Mm,
that are just, let's say, American Shorthair. These Sphinx cats are needy. They have special needs. They're hairless,
mm,
and they have to be kept at a certain temperature, the temperate. They can't be too cold or too hot. So you need to know that when you adopt. You need to know what their preclusions are. Do they have, like a Pekingese? You have to clean the folds in their face, and so
right.
certain animals have certain needs.
Oh, yeah.
And before we allow them to be adopted, we give a profile, and we make sure they're in a forever home and
Right.
will be cared for appropriately. But it's
As it always should be, right? As it always
of
should be.
course, of course, and it's getting better.
Yes.
In all the years I've been doing work for the humane world, I have seen a growth and an enlightenment and a change for the better, and we keep growing, and people keep getting better and better for it.
Yes. Yes. And you see it more. I know there's one going on in California right now called Clear the Shelters, which is, again, give these animals homes. But of course, it's like, well, it doesn't mean just anybody come grab them and take them for whatever
There you go.
strange
Yeah,
need you need them for.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
there's
You're
a few of
absolutely
those.
right.
It's
No, you've got it. You've got it. And it's up to us, by us, I mean, not just my charity. I'm talking about the environment and the people at Bidawi, MSPCA, who helped me find my two adoptive, my two Yorkies. They're a,
oh,
they're a, they're more entertaining than any group I've ever had. But I mean, there's MSPCA, but I can go on Farm Sanctuary and on and on. But it's important for us also to monitor how that goes. We want to make sure, like, I guess number one, the priority would be get rid of any puppy kitten mills. That's the goal
right.
of life. But we need to make sure that these animals that are being cleared out are adopted to forever homes who know,
Exactly.
how to care for them.
Yeah.
Uh,
Maybe that
yeah,
slogan isn't so great now that I think about it. Clear the
yeah,
shelters. I think they mean it
yeah.
in a good way. Uh,
Uh, I'm sure, but words are important. We need to make sure everybody understands the process that will go on before you can clear them. In a perfect world,
exactly.
every pet would have a home, and every home would have a pet.
Exactly. And they're
So,
children. They're children. And
oh yeah,
realize that.
well, family members anyway.
Exactly.
Because we are also concerned with our old gray-haired babies. I have someone living in my building, as a matter of fact, who approached me about the possibility of doing cataract surgery on her old puppy.
Oh.
They're all puppies to me, but uh, she is a female. She's 17 years old.
Wow.
She approached me about what I thought. A, it's not cheap,
Mm,
but I think she said it could be about $7,000.
mm,
However, that's not her concern. Her concern is finding the right ophthalmologist and getting maybe a second or third opinion. Is it healthy to do it at that age? Because you're
exactly.
gonna have to be put under, you
Uh-huh.
know,
Well, of course.
blah blah. Yeah. So there are a lot, but they trust me, and we had long chats. I got them a couple of ophthalmologists to call to talk, and then they'll probably get back to me, and we'll talk some more. But so stuff like that I'm involved with. Bringing dogs home. The service dogs are a big concern
Oh,
to
sure.
us. They
Absolutely.
come back. People don't realize they come back with the same PTSD. They have the same problem. You don't want a service dog to come here without retraining, without treatment, because that dog is walking down the street on a 4th of July. He'll go bananas with
Oh,
that toy.
yes. And if they come home at all, right? I mean, I've heard they just reuse them. It's
No, no, there are for my money, they're in the service for too long, but those are the laws right now. They do too many tours of duty, I think, but at the same
right,
token, whoever's in charge needs to evaluate that. There are
right.
some that are capable of doing tour after tour,
Sh-
but
Can't
I'm
imagine.
friends with vets who have adopted or brought home their own
Even
dogs.
better, right?
One in particular, in fact, I have done a painting of Harley. Uh, his name is Harley, and it took a lot of tape to cut, but his partner was able to bring him home. And Harley flew through the air when
Oh,
he saw him.
oh my gosh.
But now you see what's happened is his partner went home because he lost both legs in a night action.
Mm-hmm.
And dogs do not accompany them on night maneuvers because that's they're no help
Right.
uh, during the night. So having said that, he was damaged and he had to be sent home, and that's when he started working on bringing Harley back with him. And he is married, he has children, and Harley is now babysitting.
Oh,
He's retired from service like his partner, but he's still in service as a house pet and guardian, and it's really it's quite wonderful, and it can happen, and that's the aim. The goal is always to recycle and
sure,
help, and
sure. Wow.
the search and rescue teams are amazing.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
I watch them train. They used to be in Ojai, and I used to watch them train what they can do. It's amazing. And these teams go out and they're deployed all over the world wherever there's a crisis. I get
Right,
to know them during 9/11.
right.
I was serving myself in 9/11. I
Mm-hmm.
was uh, at Ground Zero. I was at the Javits Center, and I was
Oh, jeez.
doing my bit for about 2 months. And those dogs are the teams,
Right.
the partners. They're they're totally amazing,
Oh, yeah.
incredible, incredible.
Absolutely. Well, what a blessing that we have them, right? And what a blessing that we have folks like you that advocate for them. I just
Yeah. Yeah. How can I help? How can I get involved? Oh, you got a minute? Sit down.
well,
There's a lot, even just even young people if they want to get involved. You Bide our oldest shelter in Manhattan, and they have several. They have other shelters on the island. You want to help? You
right.
can help us by showing up, and we'll give you a leash, and you'll walk some of our dogs who are waiting for placement, who may never be placed. I don't know what's going to happen. They could just be getting older, but they're going to have a good life no matter what. And so take them out for a walk, get to know them, and so they stay socialized
Yes.
and in their jackets, their dossier, their profiles, we can say, they've walked on a leash for X amount of hours. They love it. They love, and they know people. They behave well with people. It's a process and
Sure.
system, and that's some of the things we do. And it sounds like nothing, and in a way, it really is. If you want to do something, there's something you can do.
Yeah.
There's something you can do.
And you're going to enjoy it too.
And plus, yeah, plus you enjoy it. You can foster. You can't make a commitment, or your time is limited.
Right.
Foster,
Absolutely.
foster.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. Well, Loretta, this has just been incredible. I'm going to make sure that in my description here I leave all the links to to your website and all the
Oh, by all means,
all these
yeah.
wonderful charities and things that you're constantly
Well,
working
in the
on.
book, one of the back pages of the book have all the alliances. Now at the end of a good year of selling paintings and perfumes and whatever else, we take our treasury and we donate to all the alliances, and that's how it works. It's the motto of Actors Equity is one for all and all for one, and that to me is a mantra that works. We help each other, and that's, I think, connecting to each other is the salvation of our society.
Oh,
That
no, it's
that's
true. And philanthropic works, just like what you were describing. I was part of one myself, and there was no better feeling than dropping those checks off. No better
yes.
feeling.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
And just knowing that it's going
Mm.
straight to the cause.
Exactly. I'm so happy when I'm able to say, this is what we did with your money. This is
Yes.
what we did with that, and so forth. And or look what your donation helped us do, and just a report back. Let them know it's not even paying for our stationery to send out a thank you note. None of that. It's all for the animals. It all goes to those. I was going to say furry, but that leaves out a lot of animals that it goes to. I'm a big shark fancier, so I'm just into life on this
Yeah.
planet, life and the respect for same on this planet.
And what a life you've led. Man, this has just been amazing. Loretta, I'm going to go ahead and
Yeah.
let you get on with your day.
Oh, yes, I should. And thank you for a most enjoyable time. I will never forget our Mary Swit.
Oh, yes, I was just going to say, we've just had the lovely Loretta Mary, or is it Mary Swit? You might have to decide. We just may have to legally rename her.
Either way, it will always make me laugh. It's
Well,
never not funny.
yes,
Okay.
that's my goal. So there you have it, the eternally youthful and passionate Loretta Swit. Remember to check out switheart.org. I want to send a special thanks to Harlan Bowl for helping make this special interview possible. What a way to begin a podcast. Thanks again for joining me on Retro TV Trivia with more amazing interviews and insights on the way. Please take time to like, subscribe, and give me a positive review, or simply share it to spread the word. Until next time, I'm your host, Pat McCormack, and thanks for listening.